of the game Moonlighter. Now, Moonlighter is an amazing game. Let me just get through this because the music is very loud. The options down a little bit. Let's just bring the music volume down a little bit. Okay, so let's we're going to start a new game. Yes. And we're going to start at normal. Okay, so this is the game Moonlighter, and Moonlighter is a fantastic indie game. One of the most anticipated indie games. One night, mazes full of extraordinary treasure and deadly creatures appeared in this land. They call them the dungeons, strange, ever-changing ruins of unknown lands. Soon a village of the slightly curious took root near the dungeons. This they named Rhinoka. Among the settlers, two groups shined brightest, heroes and merchants, glory and riches. But the dungeons proved too dangerous. They were soon closed as too many lives were lost. Life became hard for the town, especially for the young owner of the oldest shop, Will of the Moonlighter, long dreaming of opening the mysterious fifth door of the dungeons. Okay, so this game is an interesting game. You basically, instead of playing this traditional hero character, you play as Will. Will is the owner of a shop. And in this case, what you've got to do is you've got to go into these dungeons. You've got to beat the monsters up, steal all their loot, bring it back and sell it in your shop. Use that money to upgrade your shop while fighting against different monsters until you open up more dungeons. So it's kind of like a grinding sort of Stardew Valley style game, but there's a lot more fighting involved. And the graphics are just beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Lovely little pixelated graphics. Okay, so just quickly, I need to just quickly change the sound because it is very loud. Okay, so it doesn't seem to be changing the volume very much, I have to say. Okay, doesn't seem to have changed the music sound at all, maybe slightly. Alright, so basically this game, let's start. Okay, I'm in the first dungeon. I'm moving around. That's what I'm doing. I'm supposed to be moving, and that's what I'm doing. I walk through the door. Follow those instructions. And by pressing R2, I can roll. I can do some really interesting little roly-polies to dodge my way out of the enemies. And alright, so using R2, I'm not going to lie, I've played this game a little bit. I've kind of got to the second dungeon, but it was so that I could really understand how the game worked. And I have to say, completely addicted. Absolutely wonderful game. Looking forward to sharing it with you. So, I can dodge gaps by jumping and rolling over them. Alright, so now I'm fighting against an enemy, but I can dodge past him by rolling. Okay, and I can dodge through all these little shooty things. And now I can use my broom of power to find my way through. I've got a little broom here. I can, because I'm Will, I fight with my broom. My swords are not really an option for me. But I can find some pretty cool little junk here. Lots of nice healing potions. Many healing potions. You know, I've never found this many healing potions in the actual gameplay. Normally you have to find the corpse of a previous hero. Okay, so this is my charged attack, and then I've got my basic attack. So let's hold it. And watch out! I'll punch you with my broom of death. Okay, so I'm rolling around. I can open these treasure chests. That's lovely. So I can take these. Oh, I keep forgetting it's R1 to take them automatically. Otherwise, you take a few at a time. There's a nice little trick in this game if you haven't played this before. Sometimes you find items. And the items have like either curses on them, which mean they can only be placed in certain parts of your backpack, or they might destroy other items if you place them in parts of your backpack, and other items which can cure those curses. Now, if you get multiples of that item, remember to pick them up one at a time, because you can use multiples of that item to cure multiple curses, and then pull all the items together again at the end. Okay, so it's a good little hint for new players. I found that out halfway through my first run through of this game. Okay, so I'm going to take these. I'm going to take some cloth as well. And now and now I'm really, really in trouble. Been stunned already. Too many enemies. So many enemies. No, this is not good for me. Okay, so this is actually not how the game normally works. And there I go. It may surprise you that was supposed to happen. And then you get spat out like yesterday's gum on the ground. And as always with these sorts of games, there's a kindly older mentor who's going to teach me the ways of the dungeon. What a sorry looking kid. All alone now. Rest for a bit, Will. I have you now. I don't know why I've given him that voice. I just thought it might sound slightly more ancient. I should have done the Dumbledore voice. That might have worked better. Let's try the Dumbledore voice. So this is my little shop. It's very tiny. You can expand it and it can get more grand and beautiful. You can see the little sign above the door. Home, shop. Even as a mere child, barely able to walk, you were curious of the dungeons. I don't know which one works better. There's no doubt you carry the same obsession as old Pete. I think my old crazy man voice sounds better. Morning, boy! Yeah, I think so. Did our little merchant bite off more than he could manage? Well, listen to me. The hard truth is this. You were the last of your family, the only one left to run the Moonlighter. You can't keep pushing yourself like this. Risking your life on the fifth door nonsense is foolish. Just leave it. Find some artifacts when you use your pendant to get out of the dungeon. I love the little beard stroking he's doing. And for crater's sake, stop using that broom of yours, you daft boy. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. It's mine from back in the day. Use it. I have little need of it now. That's where he gives me his sword and shield. He's just carrying that around with him for no reason. Now then, get up. You're wasting light. Can't have you neglect the shop all day. Let's see if I can get through your hired head some of the tricks that I picked up from your grandfather so many, many years ago. Okay. Well, I've got my sword and shield now. I've been healed, and as you can see, this is my living space, and I have a personal chest of drawers here, which is kind of for me, and then there's sort of the shop's inventory there, and then my notebook and personal notes about the different dungeons. So, successfully selling your merchandise takes knowledge of two things. You must know an item's value as well as its demand. Come now, open the shop up and allow the customers in. You hold X, and the shop is open. And I love these guys. They all look like little Final Fantasy characters from like the old Game Boy games. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, yep, there we go. There's the happy sound. She's happy. Sell. Did you see that? Best expression you can hope for. The item wasn't too expensive for them and not so cheap for you to lose a profit. Be sure to pay attention to your customers' expressions. That's how your grandfather always used his prices for fair. And now see over here, I've got 200 for the same thing. So you're going to see this guy has a little face. Yes, there's the throwing up face. I don't think I need to tell you how that item was obviously overpriced. Lesson learned? Finally, be careful of selling a popular item too much. If you flood the market, you'll have to offer cheaper prices on your wares. See, that's the problem with that is that when you go into dungeon, you find certain items, and those items are they're the ones you really aim for, and it's a really cool mechanic. You can flood the market, you can mess up your own supply chain, so sometimes it's better to hold back on those and just keep them for a while and then sell them off later. Point is, charge higher when something is in high demand and low supply. Take out your merchant notebook. It should hold all the information you have gathered on discovered wares and artifacts. Yep, so if I go here and I go R2, yep, so I can see now, you see the crystallized energy. If I set it for 100 gold, it gets a little it gets like a nice little smiley face. If I set it for 200, which is too expensive, then it gets a little sort of like yeah, I'm fed up with this, and the person just leaves. Yep, so there we go. Would seem the sun has fallen for the day. I best head off. You will pick up more on your own. Hi, Versha. Thanks for joining me. I best head off. You will pick up more on your own. I best head off. You'll pick up more on your own. Yeah, I love the old man voice. Restore the shop to its full glory. That responsibility falls on you, not I. It's in your blood, Will. Make us proud. In the meantime, why don't you try out that new sword of yours? Dungeons are more perilous at night, but one can always find better artifacts. Just don't dive too far. Use that pendant, my boy. Okay, finally, the tutorial is over. Go on now. These weary bones of mine must rest. Okay, so that is that. Now, first of all, quickly, I just want to change it again so I can get the sound effects of the sort of the GUI, because that's really useful. The GUI is like basically the sound of whether they are happy or not with your sales. So as you can see here, if I go here, it's my new sword. I'm finally looking a bit more like a hero, and I'm ready to head off to the dungeon for the first time. So at the moment, there's only one dungeon that I'm eligible to go into. And I've got my sword and my shield now, so I can actually defend myself. And I'm going to go into this dungeon here. This is the Golem dungeon, the first dungeon. Okay, so here we are in the Golem dungeon. If you can see, the map is there, and it's completely unavailable to me at the moment. So we're going to go through here first. Now there's a couple of little tricks that you can find out in this dungeon, and that is some of the little tricks you can find out in the dungeon are quite interesting. Oh, excuse me. I seem to have dropped my microphone. Come back! Come back! There we go. Yeah, so I seem to have so I'm in the dungeon, and there's a couple of little tricks to the dungeon. One of the tricks that you find out on the way by reading some, so a little spoiler alert, but it's nothing that ruins the game. Is a little hint that I picked up that someone shared with me, was that if you see the healing pool is always on the way to your next floor. So if you see the healing pool, you know you're going in the right direction if you're trying to find the next floor up to the dungeon, or floor down. I don't know which way it works. Anyway, so this is going to throw me off a little bit, because in my last game I had a big sword a two-handed sword, so I didn't have this. I had like a special attack instead, which I much preferred. So here we go. Okay, so these little guys, fight these guys. Give me some twigs. Whoop. Okay, and another one. Yes. All right. So I've got some plant matter, and I got some twigs. They're not really worth very much. They're mainly used in the crafting of other items. Like if I want to upgrade my items, I can go there. Okay, so here we go. First serious enemy. This guy's a pain, particularly if you only got a sword, because he's a very short-range fighter. And I've got to keep out of the way. There we go. Got him. So I've got golem cores. And nothing else. Okay, it's quite a boring room so far. Dodge. Okay. I've got to keep out of the way of this guy. Okay, I got an iron bar. Oh. Alright. So, got some glass. Got a few other bits and pieces. Nothing special in the room. It's quite a dull run through so far. Anyway, this is the first time in here. What I really do like is that every time you come in here, the dungeons are procedurally generated. There are certain rooms which always appear, but they seem to move around in certain patterns, so you tend to be able to find your way after a little while. It's not too difficult. Yes, I will kill them all, Twisted. Thank you. I will kill all of them. Okay, so here I am now. This is with... let me go get those items quickly. And this is where I find... I think this is where I find my grandfather. To a person, hopefully far better luck than I. My time is short. I took injury from the strange creature across the room. My pendant all but shattered from the scuffle. Check him out, though. I'd say I'd fared better than he. He caught me spying on him near the Guardian's room. He dropped a couple of items when he fled. One of which is this map? Diagram? Whatever it is, I was right. They called me crazy, said, "Oh, crazy Pete had done lost his marbles." But I was right. Each guardian of a dungeon must possess a key of sorts. All of them linked to that giant locked door outside the dungeons. The 5th door of Rhinoka. Sadly, I won't be around to see the door open. To whoever found me, I apologize for the smell. But the diagram should be around here somewhere. Please, open the 5th door of Rhinoka. These dungeons are not what they seem. I am really interested to see what he means by the dungeons are not what they seem. Big boss is going to kill me. I was supposed to let them all out. Now I have to chase this weird creature that stole my stuffs. Yeah, it's a little game. It didn't get a huge amount of advertising, except on things like on Steam. It got a bit of advertising, and I only came across it because I follow a guy called Splattercat Gaming, and he played it through a little bit, yeah, he showed it off a little bit to me, and I really enjoyed what I saw. It's a cool game. It's a fun game, and it's not very expensive either. It's quite a cheap little game on PS4 and Xbox One, and also on the computer. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so this is the map. So these are the 4 dungeons, and I need to defeat the boss for each of the dungeons, which will open up the 5th dungeon. Hopefully, I think. And I get some stuffs. And now I have to leave because this is the only way to do it. So I'm going to vanish and use my portal amulet and go to town. Always make sure you have enough money for your amulet. You really need to have enough money for your amulet in this. Here we go. Ah, crazy old man again. Ah, the young proprietor of the Moonlighter has returned. You look intact. Finally learned to use that pendant properly. It's about time, boy. What are you holding? Is that a chart of the dungeons? Where did you get this? You found old Pete? Dead. See, this is what happens when you chase what's behind that door. Leave it, Will. Just get the artifacts you need from the Golem dungeon and look after the Moonlighter. Now, I noticed some posts on the town board that might interest you. Some shops want to move in, attempt to revitalize this town. Apparently they need some startup capital first. Would be nice to see some new life in Rhinoka. Nice indeed. Okay, so this is a little tip here that what's quite cool to the mechanic now is you see there's a little board there, and of course you see the all little cool adventurers. I love them. They're so cool. Each one is designed so beautifully. Anyway, so if we go here, what's that? I can talk to someone. Regiment. Massa, my son, when I find you. Oh, Will, have you seen Massa around by chance? No, I haven't seen Massa. I don't know who Massa is. Okay, so here we go. So if we go here, you get to choose your investments. You can invest in the town, and you can hire new people. You can sort of help them set up their shops. So, like for example, this guy here, he helps you make weapons, and then she helps you enchant items and make potions. And later on, I've never actually seen the banker, but the hawker, he brings you stuff to decorate your shop, and the retailer helps you like buy items that you might need to make things. It's quite cool. Anyway, so if I go there as well, I can also, as you can see, I can also upgrade my shop and buy items from my shop, which will make it more much nicer. So if I buy level 2, I get more places to put items out. I can buy an iron register, which lets people add tips. So people add tips to my to the payments they make for my stuff. Anyway, so that's not right now. We don't have enough money for that, unfortunately, at the moment. So let's go into the Moonlighter. So now it's time to open the shop, so I need to do a little bit of changing around. So here we go. So first of all, I need to bring that down to 100 because that's the acceptable amount. And then golem cores, I'm going to try and sell them for 100. It may be too expensive, but if that's the case, I can adjust the price. These ancient pots, I believe I can sell for more, so let's see if I can sell them for 200. That could be too cheap. I may be wrong. I may be completely wrong. I can't remember. Unfortunately, at some point, these points of what I'm selling, it gets to be a little bit too. The numbers get too low, if that makes any sense. In the last game, I was selling things in the thousands. So at the moment, and I said I only got into the second dungeon. So this game, I'm sort of just relearning now what it's like to be selling things. So here we go. So my first customer, hello old man, hello, let me show you my wares over here. See, I have shiny pots, I have things, shiny things made out of glass, things made out of pots. Okay, good, glass, that's a good price for the glass. Alright, I will sell you the glass. I'm going to go and put some more items up here. What have I got? I'm going to sell some water spheres. I'm going to sell them for 100 each as well. They may be too expensive, but who knows? Better to ask for slightly too much and then be disappointed. Alright, so are you going to pick up my golem cores? Yep. Happy! They're all happy to buy my wares. Yes, because I'm a good keeper. Yeah, great. I'm getting the prices right. Now, what I need to do is make sure that I'm keeping an eye on how much the demand is. Because if the demand is high, I can ask for a little bit more money, which is pretty cool. I am not selling the cloth and I'm not selling the foundry resets because these things are very useful for armor and weaponry, so I'm not going to sell those right now. I'm going to sell these because I don't need that many of these, and I'm only going to be able to sell these for about 2 each, I believe, if I remember correctly. They're not very expensive. I'm going to do the same with these as well. I might be able to sell them for 3, I can't remember, but I think it's just 2 that I can sell them for. But every little bit helps at the moment. I don't have very much money, and so every little bit will help. Oh no, he's upset with my pots. Alright, how about I sell you the pots for 100? Old man, 100! No, come back! Come back, the pots are nice. Oh, okay, so you want to buy an old bit of root instead. So there's no pleasing somebody. Alright, here you go. Yes, you can buy that bit of ragged plant that I managed to pick up. It's like I ran into the dungeon, found a leaf, brought it back, and then sold it for money. I feel a little bit like I cheated them here. Let's try that again. Anything else I can sell? I kind of want to keep the iron bar, and I want to keep this because those are good for potions. I should always have about 10 of those. These, I think, are also good for stuff, so at the moment I don't really want to sell them. Okay, come on. Buy my stuff. Buy things. Ah, yeah, you're a clever one. You went out of the shop and then came back. Alright, I will sell... Oh no, I sold him the tree plants just for too little. Buy the twigs. Yes, you do get thieves in this game. And they come in and they stand around, and it's quite funny because they walk up to the thing, so they pick it up and start walking out the shop, and you've got to run at them like really crazy, jump on them and start punching them and take your stuff back. I hate the thieves because they're a pain in the bum, but I really do think it's a nice little mechanic. You'll see thieves sooner or later when I continue playing with this. I'm going to invest in him because I want to get some weaponry. So I'm going to get, come on, the master builder. And in no time at all, I have a blacksmith in the town. So here we go, this is the blacksmith. I'm going to go say hello to him. So, hey, you must be Will, no? The one who requested my forge. My name is Andre, Forge Master Extraordinaire. This guy sounds very similar to my old man voice. I may have to change this. Well, if it's weapons or armor you seek, Vulcan's Forge is the place. I kind of get this Godfather vibe from him. I have many weapons and armor to sell you. Okay, so I need armor and I need a better weapon. I really hate the basic sword. In the last game, I kind of went for giant sword and training gloves. So I think I'll be going for a spear in this game. So I'm going to need a few more items. I need more iron and I need more foundry resets and I need 1,000 gold to get a spear. So that's what I'm going to do. That's my next goal. And as for my other weapon, I think I'll possibly go for the sword again because the giant sword is very useful. Well, no, maybe I'll go for sword and shield this time. I didn't use sword and shield last time. I might want to try that out. So I've already got one of those. So my next thing is to get a spear. So let's go to the dungeon. Go into the dungeon. Gonna fight me some golems. I'm gonna start doing roll, keep rolling. Into the dungeon I go. So you've got to be careful in this because if you die, you drop everything. And I mean, you come out again, and there's no like sort of game over. You end up outside the dungeon, but you lose everything. So it's better to actually be careful. Yes, there are different monsters specific to different dungeons, so and also to different floors. So at the moment, I'm going to be playing against some pretty basic monsters, mainly sort of slimies and guys with swords like this. I got to remember. Ah, no, I fell down. Ah, see, already I'm being hit. The problem with this is at the beginning I am very weak. And I have to just be careful. Dodge. Stash. Haha! Got you all. Alright, some more iron. That's what I needed. I have some potions. See, this is what I was talking about. This is one of the first curses. Must be placed at the bottom of the bag. That's gold, though. Gold is good. I like gold. Gold is something I can sell for a lot in my shop. So, dwarf runes, very useful. Ah, no! No! Consumed by Mr. Splodgy! Go away! Go away! He doesn't do any damage to you, but he does trap you, which means the others can all attack you, which is really annoying. Alright, so I need all of this, because I'm going to be making lots of potions after this. Okay. Okay, so long range... It's always best to try and take out the long range first, because they tend to mess with your plans. Ah! I can't go through that. Okay, dodge. Ah, he got me. He got me again. Jeez. I am not used to having such a short-ranged weapon in this respect. The game is... Normally I have I have like the sword or I have the spear, and that gives you much longer range, so you can just attack sort of more from afar. Using the sword is not the best weapon. I'm gonna just heal myself there with a potion. Okay, so I've got some more of that and some more of that. Okay, I still don't know how to sort of upgrade the amount that I can carry. I'm hoping that you can upgrade your pack later, but I haven't seen any sign of that in the game so far. Alright, there we go. You can see what sort of level the monster is because there's like little dots, and those little dots tell you sort of the level of the monster. If it's got 2 dots, it's more powerful than one with 1 dot. How do you get rid of the curse? Yes, the monsters are cute. Thanks, Twisted. Yes, they are quite cute little monsters. They're not horrific in any chance. There is one which is horrific, who's like a sort of a ghost, which will appear if I stick around in this dungeon too long. You'll probably see him in a minute if I don't hurry. The only way I can get rid of him is by going to another floor. You can find other items that have sort of like cure curses abilities. Okay, so now I've got to... go away. Okay, so now I've got to wait for them to come back. And at the right moment, stab. There we go, 2 iron bars, and I can go out. So you find other items, and those items have sort of got like the cure curse ability. Dodge. Dodge. Gotcha. Okay, so we've got some golden cores from you. And there we go. Energy crystals. I love energy crystals. You can, enchanted crystals, you can use them to power up your weapons later. But some items, I'll show you when I find an example, will allow me to remove curses. The healing pool. Okay, these don't last forever, but they do tell me that I'm on the right way. So here we go. This is also... Today marks my first steps into these mysterious dungeons. They were discovered not far from Rhinoka, a small and incredibly charming village just north of the crater. And they are quite unique occurrence. Any number of adventurers may enter a dungeon at once, but no one will adventure together. These dungeons seem to build themselves around the one entering. A unique maze for each person, never the same labyrinth twice. One must ask, though, if no one is currently inside the dungeon, does it even exist? Now, these questions are the questions. Many right now are flooding to these dungeons for their treasure, completely disregarding the inherent danger of the hostile creatures inside, just for some gold, some fame. But not I. No, it's all about the questions for me. Where did these dungeons come from? Why do they constantly shift and change? And why are they filled with unseen treasures? I'm not here for the what. I'm here for the how and the why. Okay, well, you still died. So I'm going to head on now. In a moment, I have this horrible feeling I'm going to be attacked by the ghost. And the ghost is not someone you want to meet. He's not nice. He basically, if he hits you, he does 9,999 damage. So he's not a friendly individual by any means. And he will kill you. Oh, jeez. That was a lot of damage. Alright. So I can take... okay, so I don't have room now. So now I need to sort of like do a little bit of cleanup. Okay, that can go in there. I've got a lot of these, so I want to sort of take these out and put these in. I should have put some stuff... I can't put it there. I've got to put it at the back. So now, you see, there's a bit of management to do here. So like, I can only put those cursed ones on the bottom or the top. So I have to put that there, and I have to put that over here. Also, if I go here now, I should be able to move this and put it with the rest of my potions. Good. So now I'll heal up, and and there's still that. I'll leave that here for the moment. I kind of want to get to this. I've changed my weapon now. I'm back on my broom. That's not what I want. Okay. I'm back to my sword. Good. I kind of just want to get up to the 2nd level because that's where I can get an item which is invaluable later on. Oh, I fell. I wasn't paying attention. Here I go. So I'm over here. Alright, I'm going to go up to the next level because I want to get... There's a little item I can get which is like a mirror, and the mirror lets me sort of sell items for about 10% what they're really worth, but it means I can get rid of items I don't want. The only other alternative is to drop them. Okay, so here we go. Here is the magic mirror. This is one of the strangest devices the creature dropped when he fled. This one's rich, actually. Almost quite literally rich. For every item you place into this device, gold of some perceived value drops out. It's great if you need to use your pendant in a pinch. The device looks like a mirror, so I'm just gonna call it the mirror. Keeping it simple. I do wonder though, where do the treasures dropped inside go? And am I getting the best deal here? No, you're not. You get a terrible deal, but it can be useful. So I put the items in the mirror and I get some money back. It can be useful, particularly for gauging how much an item is worth. I find sometimes if you sell an item in the mirror, and it gives you an amount for a single item, you can tell it's normally about 10% of what the mirror's worth. Okay, so I might need to be careful here. This is the more powerful area and I don't have any upgrades. So, alright, this is the one. Oh, I fell down. I got no range. I hate it. No range at all. Absolutely hate that. Alright, so I might need to leave the dungeon soon. Okay, I'm on the right direct path anyway, so I want to go back and try the other paths quickly. Okay. Taking a lot of damage there. And I fell off again. What have I done? I keep falling off the edge. I can do it. Anything's possible if you believe. Okay, so what items can I pick up? Not a lot. I have definitely run out of pack space. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I go here, I can sell 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can sell them there. And now I can pick up the rest of these. I kind of want just to stick around to show you the ghost. And if I go here, I can sell... I can just sell one of these. One. Sell that there. I'm trying to find an item so I can show you how to get rid of curses. Alright, so nothing here. Nothing much here. So, I was attacked by a moving rock today. Can you imagine? A rock that moves! I did what any sensible person would do in this situation, and I smacked it right back. It shattered upon the ground, leaving behind a stone heart. A core, as we've come to call it. It's one of the many unique treasures that can only be found in this dungeon. Dropped by a guard unique only to this dungeon. I have to say, each of these dungeons have very particular environments. A culture all its own. Yeah, so you can only find certain items in here, and those items are all golem-based items. They're all based around sort of golems and things. So if I go here, please, is there a, okay, I hate you. These guys are powerful. Dodge. 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 He got me. One, dodge. Hit, dodge. Hit, dodge. It's kind of like playing the old Sonic the Hedgehog games, you know? Okay, so I've got some items that I need to sell. I can definitely get rid of these. I don't need that much plant matter. So I can sell all that. And now I should be able to pick up that. And the crystals... Whew. What should I sell? Oh, I don't need to sell you. I can put you together. There we go. That lets me get the crystals. And I don't need the iron pipe at the moment. Okay. Okay, and I lost that item. Alright, come on. Here we go. This might work. Okay. Come back with my crystals! My crystals! Stop stealing my stuff! Alright, so... Now, if I'm careful, I can sort of sidle up to him and stab him in the side. There we go. Come on, give me an example. Darn it. Alright, so now I've got items that... Yeah, it is very hard to choose what to sell and what to keep. It's kind of, I mean, for all I know, these are really useful items that I've got here, but I don't know until I leave the dungeon. But since I'm on the second level, the chances are that it's a much better item than what I can normally get. So if I swap that and I sell these, because I've already got 10, and then I sell these two, and I keep these ones here. I'm trying to find any doubles, anything double that I have. I can sell them for a lot though. I don't want to get rid of them right now. Twigs, iron, you know, I can sell them for 100. I know they're 100 and they're not really needed for anything I need to buy just yet, so I'm going to take them. And I think that's going to be this dungeon trip for me. So I'm going to use my pendant to get out of here. Later on, you can actually like open up a doorway. It's expensive as hell, but you can open up this doorway which lets you go back and forth, which is very useful when you get up to the 3rd level of the dungeon, because normally what I like to do is I go all the way through the dungeon, I get up to the 3rd level, and then I leave the dungeon and using the doorway instead of the pendant, and then I can come back to the 3rd level and just get all the goodies on the 3rd level. Yeah, I love how it shows you all the little guys you've killed. Yeah, you need to work hard to get items, especially disheartening to sell them. It is really disheartening. It's like heartbreaking. You're trying to sell items, you're like, I really don't want to sell you right now because I don't know how much you're worth. Oh, what have I got? What did I get? I got some more cloth, I got some white marble, that's useful, and I got some tempered steel. All right, that's all good. Now, first of all, what I want to do... Oh, I need to sell some items first. I don't have enough money. So I'm going to do some selling first. Let's see. So I'm going to sell these gold ruins because I know they're worth money. So I'm going to try and sell them for about... I'm going to start by trying to sell them for 330. I may be completely off here. I can't remember. They're definitely worth a relatively large amount. Tempered steel is worth an awful lot. I can sell that for quite a bit. So I can sell one of them, for, I think, for about 200 each, which is relatively good. I think it might be more, but I can't remember at this stage. Now I'll show you how you can remember. So for example, I sold the golem cores in the last game. So I can put these back. Now, what it does is it remembers the last price that I sold them for. So now I can look here, I can go to my book and I can see what were the selling reactions to the golem core. It was 100 gold, but now because the thing is high, I can probably sneak in a few extra gold coins without getting a horrible like review. I've got lots of cloth, that's useful. And same with here, the pots. When I sold them last time, I sold them for 100 each. Now they're, again, popular, so I might be able to sell them for 120. So now I'm going to try opening my shop, get some money, and I'll probably sell some more items as well as it's going on. So, why are you always the first person in? You never buy anything. It's always Grandpa. I can do the flying leap for if anybody's trying to steal from me as well. So he's going to take my gold, and he's really happy about that. Yep, I sold them for the right amount. That's good, I remembered. So there we go. Sold for 1,000 gold. Thank you very much, Hairy Prospector. Okay, so now we've got some more people. Grandpa, finally you pick up an item. That's going to be too cheap, I'm pretty sure. Yep, I sold it for too cheap. That's why I only sold one, because I was testing the price. Okay, so now he's going to come and sell for me. They won't wait forever. If you are, if you're sort of hanging around too long, they will get upset and they will walk off. Okay, so I can get both these into 5s. I kind of need to keep those at the moment. They're quite useful. Water spheres, I can sell them each for 100 each. They're popular, so again, I can sneak in a little bit of extra money from each of them. Not too much. Don't get greedy, because if you get greedy, you don't get very much from them. These white stone blocks, I don't really need them at the moment. I will need them later on, but I can sell them for some quick cash. at the moment. And I remember correctly, they're about 300 each, so I can probably sell them for that. I might be wrong again. I may be completely wrong. Yeah, it is kind of tricky to figure out what to keep for yourself. It's... Okay, yeah, she's picked them up already, and she's given me the happy smile. So I did sell it for the right amount. Good. I'm good. I mean, imagine playing this for the absolute first time, and you can really sell things for the worst prices ever. I sold something for like 30 gold that was worth 400 gold. And it's really heartbreaking to try and figure out just how much it's worth. The one problem for my last trip is I didn't really get any more foundry pieces, and that's what I needed. I needed more foundry pieces and I didn't get any. That's really annoying. I'm going to have to go back to the dungeon again. I'm going to kind of keep... Yeah, what I've got now, I'm going to shut the shop up, I think. I'm going to keep what I've got. And I'm going to shut the shop up for the day. And now I'm going to go... How much money did I make? I made 4,000 gold. Nearly 5,000 gold. That's pretty good for a first proper sales day. So these are ones I'm going to try and keep for myself. Another cool thing about this is if you are like going and buying stuff from the shops, you can actually you don't need to carry it around in your inventory. You can just go to them and it sort of deducts it from your inventory, which is really cool. It means you're not always constantly carrying around items you don't need to carry around. I like to make sure I've got about 5 of everything, normally 5 to 10 of everything in my shop, just so that I can, if I want to sell it, I can sell it, or I can just keep it for a bit of extra cash. So I'm going to go here. You're looking well today, Will. What can I do for you? Okay, so... I went and sold a lot of stuff, didn't I? Can't get any of those things. I don't have enough, because I sold some and dropped... See, this is the heart-raining thing. You're like, oh, I got it. And then you didn't. I need more golem pieces for a lot of this stuff. So I'm going to have to go back into the dungeon again. I need at least 4 golem pieces. Okay, I didn't want to have to go back in straight away. But what I am going to do is I'm going to spend 500 gold and I'm going to bring the wooden hat to town. She is really useful because she... allows you to enchant your weapons, which means you can upgrade your weapons for a little bit of money. And also buy potions. Now I have... the Mafia buff... Sorry, I wasn't actually buying anything, so I was just browsing. I didn't say anything for him. I need to get some more potions, so I'm going to do that quickly. Now you can buy potions in 2 ways. You can buy potions without the components, in which case it's way more gold. Or you can buy potions using your own components, in which case it's cheaper. Ew, a customer! My apologies, it's just this... Oh no, I can't do that. I couldn't keep that voice up. My apologies, it's just this book. It's so good. This is what happens to Hermione after she leaves Hogwarts. It's not Wingardium Leviosa, it's Leviosa. My apologies, it's just this book, it's so good. Oh, yes, I'm Eris, Weaver and Potion Master. Come to the Wooden Hat when you need a potion or enchantment. What do you want me to craft today? Potions. I need potions. As you can see, there's 2 sets here. I can spend a lot of gold and I can get potions without using any of my own stuff. Or I can spend about 1/3 of that and give her the ingredients. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to purchase... Now the problem I have with this is you can't mass buy. You have to just sort of buy things. Now what's pretty cool as well is you'll see down here, it says a wish list. Now what that does is, if you're looking for a particular item, like I am, for example, I want to make a spear, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go talk to the Don, the town Don. Looking to craft some better gear, Will? Yes, I am. If I go here and I want to make a spear, this is the item I want to make. So now I'm going to add that to my wish list. And what that's going to do is, when an item that I need for this item comes up, it will be sort of like highlighted. So it will sort of be a different color or whatever it is. I can't remember exactly how it looks, but you can definitely tell that this is an item that you're on the lookout for. Why am I still got... Oh, I need to put these into my potions belt. So you can see I'm still wielding a brush as well as my thing. I can switch weapons, so I can still fight with my brush if I want to. but I don't want to. Okay, so I need golem pieces. That's my main concern at the moment, is I need some foundry pieces in order to make my spear. So back to the dungeon we go. Into the dungeon. Into the dungeon we go. For a little adventure. What we find we don't know. Okay, so here we go. Into the dungeon. Yes, thank you. Your sword is terrifying. Now leave me alone. Dodge. Kill. And what's funny is as you kind of get to the second level, you'll start seeing more of like the monsters from the second level coming down onto the first level. Which is good. It kind of means that you don't have to go all the way up to the first level just for certain items. Gosh, the third level, the items you get on the third level, you can sell for like 1,500 gold, 2,000 gold. Yes, to the dungeon! To the dungeon! Later on I can say the real one. To the forest dungeon. Which is an awesome dungeon. Don't kill me. See, if I had the proper sword, I could kill you. Dodge. Dodge. So many things I must dodge. I kind of want to get rid of all the obstacles before fighting this guy. Okay. Okay, I do have my shield, so I can actually sort of like dodge and shield, dodge and shield. So again, foundry pieces. Give me some foundry pieces. No foundry pieces. There we go. See, now this is what I mean. So I want to make this item. You can see it's got a star next to it. Those are the items, components I need to make that item on my wish list. So now I know what I'm sort of on the lookout for. Oh, I didn't take all the items. Okay, I will take you. Let's take my cloth, which I can sell now. Golem brains. Good, I like golem brains. Okay, so... Alright, nope. Okay. No, dodge, 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 leave me alone. Leave me alone, dodge. Alright, so, enchanting crystals. Got some golem slime. Some slam to sell to the dungeon. Haha, come and fight me, little slimes. Okay, and dodge, and dodge, and slash, and make sure I'm not in the way. Okay. Yep, always break these, because you never know, there's sometimes good items in them. So now I'm going... you may have noticed that I am kind of rushing through this a little bit. It's because there is a very nasty ghost that does appear at times if you spend too long in a place. Okay, yeah, you're dead. Okay, so now you. You also notice the chests. Now this chest is just a basic chest. It's made out of wood. Yep, completely out of wood. The chests that have better items, they'll have either gold or silver around them, and so if you see one of those, you know that you're going to get something relatively good. At the moment, on the first level, I'm not going to get anything relatively good. I'm just going to get more of the same basic items. That's why I'm kind of dashing. I want to get to the second level as ASAP. Because if I get to the second level, I can get better items, and the more I hang around here. I mean, that's not entirely true. The first level is not a bad place to be right now for me, because I can get the items that I need to upgrade my character. Okay, so this is gonna... Okay, I need to sort of be a bit more sort of in the center here. Okay. It's kind of a little flaw in the game they need to be careful with, the characters are, if you stand in certain places, they sometimes can't hit you. And for example, like if you stand with a rock and you've got a giant sword, you can kind of reach over with your sword and stab it from above. Well, that's what it kind of is. That's what I hope it is, because otherwise I'm just cutting through rock. Would I go into a real dungeon, Twisted? No. No, I wouldn't go into a real dungeon. Well, I might. No, if it was like for a history trip or something, I'd go to a real dungeon. I really like dungeons for that sort of thing. But I do get claustrophobic at times, and I do feel that being in a real dungeon like this would possibly have me cowering in a corner and whimpering an awful lot. Ah, go away. Go away, you Ken. You weird laddie attacking me out of nowhere. Okay, so good. Okay, so don't sell those plants because I obviously turned out I needed them in the end. Okay, so now I've got these and I've got... The cloth is cursed. I need to go back in here. I'm going to heal up a bit more. I'm going to reuse the healing pool before I move on. Okay, so we're on our way to the second floor. There we go, there's the second floor. And this is sort of the waiting game I get. Slash and dive, slash and dive, slash and dive, slash. There we go. There's kind of a rhythm to it. If you know platform games, you can find out what's going on, but it does sometimes. They do catch you for a loop because things that look the same sometimes do different things. There are like different levels of monster and they tend to be a bit more tricky. So I'm on the second level now. Good. This is where I can start getting the good items. Now my bag is already looking pretty darn full. I don't need this many bat wings. And is there any other thing I can put together? Not yet. Alright, let's see how we do. Okay, dodge. He's going to shoot. Alright, now you. He's more powerful than the regular version. It does more damage too. Okay, what do I love most about this game, Twisted? It has that wonderful sort of if you like Final Fantasy and stuff and going up levels and that sort of stuff, this game is really rewarding in that respect. If you like Stardew Valley and that sort of game, it has its own rewards like that. Here it's more to do with just the fact that you know, but you're building up. Oh cool, alright, I didn't actually die. I landed on the lectern. I opened that and it opens portals for me. Oh no, what does that mean? No, go away. Okay, fine, I need to heal. Okay, so he's going to move to the wall, and that's where I need to attack him. Maybe I get a reward for this? I've never actually used one of these before. Okay, so I get all those, and is it going to give me like a cool item? Oh, it gave me treasure chests. That's cool. What do I like most about this game? Do I think that gamers would be the best survivors in a zombie apocalypse if it ever happened, since all gamers are like zombie app? That's an interesting question. I don't know. I think that in a lot of cases, when it comes to zombie apocalypse games, they're a little bit impractical. For example, a lot of stuff happens in malls. Now, malls wouldn't be a very good location to go to in the case of a zombie apocalypse, because... Oh, wait a minute, let me just put this in somewhere. There. I've got what I need. I don't know. I mean, my brother and I, when we used to go on walks around, walking the dog stuff, we used to discuss how to survive a zombie apocalypse. But yeah, I mean, like games, things that happen in malls, and malls are not great for zombie apocalypses because of all the open windows and doors. There's kind of a lot of sort of myths about what's a good idea to do in a zombie apocalypse. I mean, there's a lot of hand-to-hand in zombie apocalypses as well. I mean, there's a lot of gunk that flies off zombies in a fight, and you know, if sort of modern medicine teaches us anything, the idea of putting getting zombie gunk all over you is probably not conducive to your health. I can't really imagine that getting covered in zombie gunk is going to extend your lifespan very much. And these games have huge amounts of close combat. But they do give you sort of items and ideas of things that you might want to loot, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think that gamers might have a very good idea as to sort of things to do in a zombie apocalypse. I don't know whether they would be the best people in the zombie apocalypse, though, because, you know, I kind of feel that the people who, you know, actually are free runners and actually do marathons and things like that, rather than play games where they upgrade a character, may survive better. I mean, if you ever watch the movie Zombieland, like, one of the first rules is cardio. And it kind of depends. I don't know. Yeah, I think that they might do well. I don't know whether they would be the best, but definitely I think they would have some hints to help them. Okay, I'm going to get out of the dungeon here for the day. I'm going to zap back to my shop. What? Haha, cool, I think. Maybe not, because it's their true lives on the line and not a character that can respawn. So maybe they'd be more scared, and they'd probably be like MacGyver, putting ideas of mixing resources to build stuff. Yeah, that is true as well. I mean, when you build stuff in the zombie apocalypse, I played the game Dead Island, and the zombie apocalypse, you're like, I have a chain blade, I have some duct tape, I have a stick. I've now made an awesome weapon of mass destruction that can slaughter every zombie in sight. But then you kind of realize that wouldn't work. The blade would fall off. You'd need like all sorts of riveting things to hold it on. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, well, actually, first before I do anything, I'm going to go get my weapon, so I don't sell the equipment by mistake. Hey, you look well today, Will. What can I do for you? Well, what you can do is give me a weapon that's actually useful in this game. So I really, really, really want this spear. Okay, so do I have the spear? I do. My spear is going to replace my broom. Let's see. I'm going to go into here. And I'm going to sell some stuff, and then this will probably be my last selling for sort of stuff for the day, but this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to sell some glass, I'm going to sell some cloth, and I know I can sell cloth for about 200, I believe, if I remember correctly. It's not, maybe 3? I'm going to try 300. If it's too expensive, I can always change it. The water lamp, I know I can get a decent price for. I'm going to try 300. My pots, put them there. Let's open up the shop. I don't know. I like to think that I wouldn't be too bad in a zombie apocalypse. I just maybe have to be the one who said this is a good place to raid. This place was good to hold off the armies of William the Conqueror. It might be a good place to hold off the armies of zombies. But I don't know if I'd be the best one out on the front lines going, die, zombies, die! Actually, a really, really great book is Max Brooks' Zombie Survival Guide. The guy who wrote World War Z. And if you ever want to see some really cool stuff about how to survive a zombie apocalypse, that is an excellent choice for a read. Actually, I need to keep those because I remember I saw those were needed to make some armor. So I'm going to put those there, and I'm going to sell some energy crystals and sell some steel, which I know I need to sell for more money. I believe I can sell it for about 400. Okay. Come, buy my wares. Buy things. Stop window shopping. Buy. Buy. Move. 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 Ha! Okay, a little bit too expensive, but he'll still buy it. That's good. So I need to just bring the price down slightly. He's happy. Come on, guys. I need more people. Okay. I'm going to sell 3 of you and maybe sell you for about 50 gold each. And then I'm going to sell... What else do I want to sell? Oh, I can sell them. I've got enough cloth at the moment. I might as well sell the whole thing. And the Golem Brain! What weapon would I grab in a zombie apocalypse? A crowbar. A crowbar for close combat, because it's a good hefty weapon with a point and with some weight, and can also be used to break into houses. As for shooting weaponry, well, I'm rubbish with a bow and arrow and a crossbow. I don't think I could ever beat Daryl. Probably something that has plentiful ammunition. It would depend what country I was in. If I was in America, that would be less difficult because ammunition is easier to come by. Probably a 22 gauge, because 22 tends to be commercial gauge, and that means it's not got the greatest like penetration power of all bullets, but it does. It probably would be the easiest type of bullet to find. Yeah, probably or some sort of hunting rifle or something where, you know, that sort of ammunition that might be plentiful in the local area. I most definitely would not use fire, because all you have is a zombie walking towards you on fire. And really hand-to-hand combat should be a last resort anyway, because again, it's unhygienic to fight a zombie in close combat. Probably a car as well, although when they show you like people driving over zombies in car games, like for example State of Decay 2, if you drive over people in cars like that, you probably wouldn't have a car much longer, because that car would inevitably be, you know, you would be gumming up the wheels, you'd be gumming up the suspension. It wouldn't be a particularly good weapon of choice. He's not happy with that. Oh no, what did I just sell you? Okay, so the Golem Brain, I always think the crystal rock's gonna be worth more than it is. That's probably the last item I'm gonna sell for the day. What did she just take? Oh, I sold the sword blades too cheaply. Alright, well, I know next time I can sell them for more expensive stuff. I would do a mission. Oh, and have zombie slaves with no jaw. Michonne. Oh, okay. The demand for those is low. Okay, zombie slaves with no jaw. Be interesting. You'd have to get close enough to the zombies for that to actually happen. Have to say though, love Michonne. Really, really powerful character. No burglars, no burglars. I like it. Okay, so yeah. It'd be like Fallout 4, wouldn't it? With your companion, you could put a backpack on the back of each zombie. They can be sort of like carrying mules and carry all your stuff for you. Okay, I've got 9,000 gold. I don't really need to bring the retailer here at the moment. I have my spear, which is good. It wasn't as realistic in The Last of Us because there was ammo and materials everywhere. Of course, it depends on the difficulty you choose. Yeah, although that being said, I loved The Last of Us. I thought it was an amazing game. But yeah, when you got close to a boss, you kind of knew it. Oh look, there's a shed. There's all the parts I need, and healing items, and ammo crates, and there's a boss around the corner, isn't there? I mean, you kind of knew it was going to happen. I did like the fact you had to find parts, and then you could use those parts at crafting benches. I would like to have known what the guy's... I would kind of want to know what the guy's job was. It didn't seem like he was like a mechanic or anything like that, and he seemed particularly good at putting items together out of nothing, and creating shivs as well. I don't know whether shivs would have been the weapon of choice for me. Fighting against the clackers. Okay, so what can do I? You look well today, Will. What can I do for you? Okay, so I need more foundry parts. That's what I need. Lots and lots more foundry parts. All right. So my next weapon that I want to make, kind of like the gloves. They're really good fast weapon. Clackers, they're kind of the zombies from The Last of Us, and they're people that have and they're kind of like infected with like lots. Get clickers. That's right, not clackers. You're right, clickers. They're a type of zombie, and they're like infected by a fungus, and they can't see, so they send out like echolocation to see everything around them, and they make these horrible clicking noises. That's why they're called clickers. But games like The Last of Us are about story, the mechanics of realistic ammo placement, and the AI was terrible. Yes, I have to admit, the AI was pretty rubbish. Not for the enemies. I thought the enemies' AI was particularly good, actually. They didn't sort of just wait around. They did come walking towards you. But yeah, the other, like your partner's AI was pretty awful. Still, yeah, the story was amazing. And you're right, the game was more about the story. And I'm hoping the second game is going to be just as good in that respect. I would be more interested. There's a new Walking Dead game coming out soon. And I would be more interested if they treated it a little bit more like The Walking Dead. Well, not like Walking Dead, because there's ammo everywhere in The Walking Dead. But more like one of the more serious zombie shows where ammo is really, really rare. Guns are a rare commodity, and really what you want to be using is like close combat weapons. The new Walking Dead looks like it's going to be amazing. I'm hoping it's going to be amazing. I was really disappointed with the other Walking Deads. Love the idea of clickers, but not go near one for love nor money. Yeah, they look horrible as well. They've got like fungus and stuff going on. You hate mushrooms, Twisted. Imagine like walking zombie mushrooms. This is kind of what you're looking at. I'm going to make this on my wish list, and I'm going to make this on my... No, I'm going to go for an... Yeah, this on my wish list. I want to be a bit faster. So this is going to be on my wish list as well, as is this, medium armor and medium boots. So I should have a few things on my wish list now, and that will pop things up as I go along. Okay, I think I'm going to go to bed now in the game. I'm going to go and have a sleep. I'll put the stuff away, and then I'm going to go actually have a rest. Actually, no. What I'm going to do, because I have the money, is I'm just going to quickly upgrade my shop. Shop. I need... How much money to upgrade my shop? 8,000. I want a comfy bed. Gives me extra health. That's really useful. And I do want... I kind of want the iron cash register as soon as possible because I get more money for my stuff. Okay. So now, if I go to my house... and I rest in my house, I should get my extra health when I go into the dungeon, 50 extra health. All right, this is me for today. Thanks everybody who's watching. Thanks to Versha and thanks Twisted. Thank you for being along and all of the commentary. Yes, well, E3 is going to be amazing. Yeah, I'm watching and rewatching the trailers, and there's a lot of anticipation as to what's coming out. So that will be really, really cool. I'm looking forward to maybe talking a bit about that next time I play. All right, so thank you very much everybody for watching. I'm going to stop right here with a nice little sleep in my bed, which will let me save the game. As you can see, I've got 50 extra health now, and I'm going to end the game here. Thank you very much. You'll be watching many more games, and tune in again soon for another venture into the dungeon with Moonlighter. This is Moonlighter. Okay, and the next game I'm playing is God of War, so please tune in for that. All right, bye everybody. Ciao.